Shalom Akim, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles, elders of great millstones, salute to you, sincere Akim out there of the hopeful elect. Alright? And in this video, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're going to go into Edom. Okay? Who is the nation of Edom? Alright? And you know how basically how was his nationality revealed? And you know why is it that the Edomites, the elites of the nation of Edom, you know, want to try to keep that name buried in the dirt. In other words, they don't want no revelations about who Edom actually is, who Esau, the man Esau actually was, you know, to those with Bible familiarity. Okay? All right? You know, because only a few people in this society really heard of Esau and his son, and Esau, who's the progenitor of the nation of Edom. You know, there's not a lot of people are familiar with that word, Edom and Esau, okay? Even people who claim to be familiar with the Bible. And there's a reason why, okay? Because the rulers, the powers that be that rule this world are actually Edomites. That's the main reason, okay? And they understand the prophecy, the judgment that's set for the nation of Edom, according to biblical prophecy, all right? But nonetheless, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we found out who the nation of Edom is. And I'm going to just straight up and down say it. It's the so-called white race. All right? It's the so-called white race. You Caucasian people out there. Okay, now, of course, nationality is actually determined by your father's line, your paternal line. All right? And if your paternal line goes back to the so-called white man, then you come from the nation of Edom. All right? Okay, and if your paternal line goes back to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and North American Indians, then you are an Israelite. You know, no matter what your skin color actually looks like today. All right, because you got some so-called white people, okay, whose father line goes back to so-called Negroes. All right, so you know, even though they look white, they have blonde hair, blue eyes, and what have you, so-called Caucasian features, but, you know, somewhere through the line, through all the race mixing, all right, if their paternal line goes back to a so-called black, Hispanic, or North American Indian, then they're an Israelite. And it's vice versa with the Edomites. Because you do have tares among our nation. What I mean by that is that you have certain so-called black people, people who appear to, you know, have black features, you know, melanin in their skin, you know, so-called identify themselves with being African Americans or Hispanic or Native Americans, all right? But through the years of race mixing, okay, their paternal lineage goes back to a so-called white man, in which the so-called white man comes from the nation of Edom. So in turn, making that person, no matter how black they look, no matter how curly their hair is or kinky their hair is, you know, their hair texture is, they're Edomites according to their father's line, lineage, their paternal lineage, going back to the nation of Edom or so-called white man. All right. So yeah, it sounds more complicated than what it actually is, but in all reality, it's quite simple. All you have to do is trace your paternal lineage. Okay, whatever your fathers were, that's what you are to this day. I don't care what your skin color looks like. All right, but you know, according to the scriptures, the so-called white man, all right, comes from the nation of Edom. I just want to bring these scriptures out first. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 25, verse 7. It says, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, in the veil that is spread over all nations." Yeah, because most people don't know their true nationality, or their biblical nationality, rather. Which your biblical nationality is your true nationality, because this is the nationality that the Most High gave you. All right? And the Lord said he would destroy in this mountain meaning government, okay, which is talking about America. All right? He would destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. Yeah, because all these people have a false identity going on about them. You know, they're calling themselves after false nationalities, you know, false names, bywords that don't even that are not accurate, I should say. Okay, you know, so-called white man. There's no such thing as a white person. All right, there's no one with white skin. Okay, so-called black man. There's nobody with black skin, with pitch black skin. That's preposterous, man. Okay, all right. You got Chinese people, Japanese people, Arabs, Africans. Those are not real. Those are not biblical nationalities. Those names do not go back to the Holy Bible. All right. Everyone's nationality comes from out of the three sons. Goes back to the three sons of Noah after the flood. All right. You either come from out of Ham, you come from out of Japheth, or you come from out of Shem in the multiple descendants that Shem had. Okay? Alright? The Lord said, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all the people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. What is a veil? A veil is a covering. Right? When people get married, especially back in the ancient world, I don't know how they do it now. You know, most of these whores don't even wear bridal garments, okay, with the veil and the head covering, okay. But you know the traditional way of marriage: when a woman walks down the aisle, she's adorned in her bride gown, okay. And when she meets up with the groom and it's time to give her a kiss or whatever, he lifts the veil over her face to give her a kiss, okay. Well, these people of these different nationalities have a veil that's covering them with these false identities. And that's why through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, he's revealed the true nationality of these people through his word. All right? Through deep studying of his word. Okay? Start with certain honorable men like Abba Bivens, okay? King Mashah. All right? You had the elder high priest scribe Yaquab. You had the high priest Ariah. All right? Okay? You had the men of Great Millstone, the apostles of Great Millstone, to the bishops and elders, and to the brothers out there that's carrying on the torch through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, revealing the true nationality of the people, especially the so-called white man, which is the nation of Edom, in which the elites of this society, knowing that they're Edomites, want to avoid want to avoid their cover being blown as the nation of Edom. All right. So yeah, man, it's going down, man. Okay. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." That's right. There is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. All right. You know, so you can suppress this information, this truth about you so-called white people being the Edomites. All right. But eventually the cover was going to get blown. Because the truth cannot be hid, man. It cannot be hid. It's going to surface. It's going to wind up peeking out, popping up, and being exposed for the world to see. Okay? Luke chapter 12, verse 2, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." Okay? And through the Spirit, man, the Lord had it where the Israelites have been the ones bringing out the fact that the so-called white man is of the nation of Edom. And I can't stress the importance of that enough. Okay? Because you have to know who you are according to the Bible so you can understand future prophecy of what's going to befall you as a nation. All right? Okay? You know, for centuries, we've been under these curses as a nation, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. All right? And I say so-called because that's what you're commonly known as today. Okay? But our true nationality has been covered. And the Spirit got on certain men, like I said, certain elders, to do the research to find out who we really are according to the word of the Most High, according to the biblical text. All right? And come to find out, we are the nation of Israel. We're the nation of Israel. Okay? And our future judgment is what? Is prosperity, salvation, glory. Okay? In an everlasting kingdom under the true power of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. So we have nothing but blessings in the future for us, man. As soon as the Lord delivers us from this captivity. Now, when it comes to the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, okay, I mean, he may receive all the glory today and have all the power under the sun to this very day right now, but his future judgment, according to prophecy, is eternal damnation, slavery, captivity, horror, okay, terrifying experiences, man, death, destruction. All right, that's the future for the nation of Edom, you so-called white people, man. All right. So I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video to finish, off my point. Right now, I just wanted to make this very short. And this is sort of like an introductory video, okay, to who the nation of Edom is, and why the elites of this society want to keep that nationality suppressed and unknown throughout the world, okay, unto the world. All right. So I'm gonna say Shalom wa Barakum. I'm gonna do this is just the introductory video, and then Lord willing, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, we'll get to the points proving that the so-called white man is the nation of Edom in the future prophecy set up for the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. All right, Shalom.